Along with Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard back courtside here in Wichita, Kansas, in Trust Bank Arena. Capacity 15,000 and change, and it's an excellent crowd on hand here in the heart of college basketball in Kansas.
And let me tell you something, the town here has really embraced this. I mean, they really have.
I thought you were going somewhere else there.
No. no, the town has really embraced
They have, yes.
The tournament, yeah. I mean, and
well, you know what's amazing? Everybody we've encountered either at dinner or sometimes driving around, and they're aware of what's going on. I mean, they're very knowledgeable about who's in town, what's going on. A lot of times you run into people that, why are you guys here?
Yeah, right.
You know, we wear our Georgia stuff normally everywhere we go. Why are you guys here?
By the way, this is the home of Pizza Hut. We went to the Pizza Hut Museum.
I wouldn't tell that story.
Well, it's
what a
small.
waste of time.
It's small.
Yeah.
Okay, we were there for maybe 10 minutes, but it was fun to see. We could say we were there.
We're going to go see the biggest ball of yarn next because that compares. All right, Georgia's got the ball to start the second half. Here we go, 20 minutes to play here in the NCAA tournament. And the Dogs have some catching up to do. Go into Asa Newell. He works one-on-one with Huff.
Yeah.
And he gets that ball to hang on the rim and fall through right in the restricted zone. He got in deep and backed down Braden Huff and scored the first points of the second half. That's a dozen in the game for Asa. And it's 48-29. Battle feeds it into EK inside, over to Huff. Wide open three, the big guy. Wide open three, knocks it down from deep in the right corner. Dylan James tried to close out on him, but the big 6'10 Huff let it fly, and he drains it. 51-29. There's Asa for a dunk.
Yeah, good look by Dakota LeFew inside, and Asa was all by himself. They had nobody with him.
14 points now in the game for the SEC all-freshman team member. 51-31, 20-point Gonzaga lead. They've got the ball. Caleb Battle drives in the corner and tried to hook a pass up the wing to EK, and the Dogs are called for a foul on the play.
They got Blue. Is that his third?
That's number 3 on Blue Kane.
Yeah, and he's coming out.
Kane heads to the Georgia bench. Blue's yet to score today, 0 for 3 on his 3 attempts, but he's picked up his third foul there and exits the game. Dakota LeFew checks in. Gonzaga works on the right end of the floor now here in Wichita. EK dribbles along the three-point line, matched up with Dylan James, just pushing him back with that left arm. Lost the ball, now he retrieves it, works inside, underneath, all the way to the basket, spin move, lay in, good.
He was not going to give it up, that was clear.
No.
He just kept backing up.
He was on a mission. Asa with a jump stop through the paint to James, head of the key to LeFew. His 3 is off the back of the rim. Long rebound, picked up by Georgia on the roll. Handed back to LeFew, drives into a double team, lost the dribble. Recovers it, scoops it back to Silas. He rips a 3 from the right wing. Scana Energy three-pointer. Silas Demery, his first of the game, and he's got 10. 53-34. The Zags lead by 19. Their big lead in the game has been 25. Georgia has not led at all. A floater with the left hand by Huff is no good. He followed his shot, got his own miss, yanked it away from Asa. Kick out for a 3, no good in the right corner. And a rebound, Georgia. LeFew slow to get up after the rebound. And the officials stop play for the moment.
Yeah, I think Dakota just kind of got hit in the stomach.
Or a little bit lower.
Somewhere around the belt buckle.
Yes, between the knees and the neck. LeFew for 3. Left corner, won't go. Back of the rim. And the rebound going to bounce wide to the right and into the Georgia bench. Out of bounds, it'll be Gonzaga basketball. LeFew still trying to recover. Now he's going to come out of the ball game, and Blue checks back in. Give Dakota a few minutes on the bench.
Catches breath.
Gonzaga basketball. They'll walk it up with Ryan Nimhard. Transfer from Creighton, excuse me. Not Clayton. Battle's got it, drives around to the right elbow, reverses it to Hickman. He was red hot in the first half. Now Huff trying to back down Asa from the left side. Asa doesn't give up any ground. They kick it back to Battle for a three. Left side, good over Blue King. Battle now with 17 points. Their three barrage continues. 56-34. Georgia's three by Dylan James is no good, off the front of the rim, and a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, Battle.
Battle tangled up with Blue Cane. And they got number 99, Battle, on the push. That's his second foul.
And normally I don't think Mike White would have Blue back out on the floor with 3 fouls, but we're in a position now where you've got to have his shooting. We've got to shoot some threes and make some threes.
Yeah, making them is the key part.
There, right?
Yeah,
that's the part.
Because anybody can just shoot it. Right? It's the making of the three. That's the important part. All right, Dogs with the ball. 16:32 to go in the game. And Dimry on a drive down the left lane line. Almost lost it on the baseline. Recovers, feeds it on a bounce to James. They push him. He hops to his right, puts it up with one hand. That won't go. Ace gets an offensive rebound. The putback rolls around the rim and falls off, and he got fouled. He's got 2 shots coming. Asa will go to the line. We'll pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Asa with a little bit of a walk back towards half court now. Back to the free throw line. They give him the ball, and he begins the process. Free throw number 1 with a left hand is good, all net. 15 points in the game for Asa Newell. 56-35. Gonzaga in front. And Asa will get one more foul shot. So Houston advanced in game 1 today here in Wichita. They steamrolled Southern Illinois of Edwardsville. And then tonight, 2 more games. We've got Missouri and Drake coming up next as Asa hits the free throw. He's got 16. And then Texas Tech in the nightcap against UNC Wilmington. All of that action taking place here in Wichita. Gonzaga basketball, Battle at the free throw line. Jumps off 2 feet, puts it up, no good. Offensive rebound, Huff, and his putback is good.
Well, he's
by
having,
the big
he's
6'10" forward. Yes, he is. Nice work from him. He's got 12 points. 58-36. Gonzaga leads. Lawrence with the ball on the left wing. Finds Asa open on the elbow. He dribbles it once down the lane line. Oh, basket goes, but he's called for traveling. He got it to rattle in, but he gives it up on the turnover. Called for the walk, and that'll get us into a timeout with 15:44 remaining here at Entrust Bank Arena in downtown Wichita. Gonzaga leads Georgia 58-36 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily, at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit GeorgiaPower.com/myenergy to learn more. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for Athens. The Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big Go Dogs, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Bulldogs pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. BMW says, go Dogs. 58-36 is our score. Gonzaga has led from the outset. They scored the first 13 points of the game and 27 of the first 30 points in the game. So, as you can see, it's been a long road back up a long mountain for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Scott, too, you talk about points off turnovers in this thing, and we knew that was one of the things we were going to be worried about coming in was protecting the basketball, because they do thrive off of it, and boy, have they ever. They've got, off of our 11 turnovers, they got 20 points. Off of their 7 turnovers, we have 2.
Yeah, they're 12th in the nation in fewest turnovers per game as well. They value the basketball at an elite rate. They only average 9.5 turnovers per game. They've had 311 coming into today in 33 games. Georgia's number far exceeds that. And the Dogs have had the turnover bug today. 15:35 remaining. Gonzaga with a basketball. Here's Hickman. Off a curl, right side of the floor, gives it to Nembhard. He drives to a spot of just above the foul line. Straight on jumper for 2, won't go. Rebound, Kane tries to go coast to coast with it, and he's fouled on the left end of the floor, right under the basket. He's got 2 shots coming as Blue looks for his first points of the game. 22-point Gonzaga lead. Blue Kane to the free throw line. The 6'5 sophomore from Knoxville. 86% for Georgia. That's the best on the team. Playing in his 70th consecutive game for the Bulldogs. Free throw number 1 is good. All net. That's the first point of the contest for Blue. Asa gets a bit of a breather. Godfrey in the ball game. The Dogs with Demery and Lawrence, Kane, Godfrey, and James are 5. 58-37. And Blue to makes it a 58-38 game. He connects on both foul shots. And Gonzaga will take it up into the front court. Nembhard, quick pass to EK, left of the lane, works against Godfrey. Baseline spin, jump hook, rolls off the rim. Rebound controlled by Dylan James for the Dogs. He gets the outlet to Tyron Lawrence at half court. And down on the left block to Godfrey. He bumps with EK. Jump hook from the middle of the lane is off the front of the rim. Rebound into the left corner, collected by Gonzaga. Nembhard sprints into the front court, up the near lane line. Move the ball around quickly from the corner. Tried to pass it out of there. Pass is stolen by Silas Demery. And a foul on Emmanuel Inocente. He's the guy that turned it over on the right end of the floor and then fouled on the left end. 20-point Gonzaga lead. Dogs will inbound it right in front of their bench. Across the way. Lucas Santos will head Silas the basketball. He'll inbound it to Lawrence on the logo. Lawrence skips it to James above the 3 on the far side of the floor. He's guarded by 6'10 Ben Gregg. We skip it to Godfrey on the left block. He lost the ball, able to pick it up, kick it out to Blue for a Scana Energy 3-pointer. Blue Kane as he rips one.
We've been waiting for that.
5 points in the game now for Blue. He had nothing at the half. 58-41. Ike gets in deep, floats it in off the bounce. Good with the left hand. You can't let that guy get 3-4 feet from the basket. He's going to score it. Ball is out of bounds on the left end of the floor. And it's going to be Georgia basketball, touched out by Gonzaga. Dylan James checks out of the game. Samto Surreal back in.
Ty was complaining to the official that he got fouled. He got hit on the hand. The official's going, no. But it is Georgia ball.
Silas throws it in up the wing to Kane. Fadeaway 3. Not feeling it right there on that spot in the left slot. It's off the rim and out of bounds. But I think Gonzaga, did they touch it out? Yeah, they did. Couldn't collect the rebound and lost it over the baseline. Dogs get a reprieve here. 20 on the shot clock. And Demery will move to the right baseline and inbound the ball in front of our bench. Silas looking, feeds it in. Chest-high pass. Kane ends it up with it. It may have been going to Somto. And a lot of bodies over there. I couldn't see clearly who the inbounds was intended for. We go to Somto, a little high-low action, and Surreal puts it up on the left side. Good, off the window.
I tell you what, that's as nice a shot on the move as I've seen Somto make in a while.
Good pass from top of the key to get it down to Somto, who was double-teamed, going to the basket. 60-43, 17-point Gonzaga lead. Battle, one-on-one with the dribble, the crossover, the drive, the spin, the fadeaway. Too good. Got the bounce off the back of the rim.
Well, they do get some favorable bounces, but that's all part of shooting well.
19 for Battle now. Godfrey works on the left end. Nice spin move from the left lane line into the paint. And he puts it up and in right in front of the bucket from 5 feet away. RJ with his first points of the contest. 62-45, Gonzaga leads. 12:55 remaining here in Wichita. Nembhard throws it under the basket to EK. One-handed catch, throws it back out to Nembhard. Almost stolen by Kane. Nembhard recovers, shoots a three, left wing, won't go. Offensive rebound, Graham EK. And falling away from the basket, he put it back up and in, and he's happy with himself as he beats his chest coming back down the floor. He's got 10 points. That was a nice play by the big. Steal by Gonzaga, recovered by Demery, took the ball back, fires to Blue, wide open three, good. They didn't defend, and Kane rips another Scana Energy three. That's his second of the half. 64-48. Georgia down 16, and Gonzaga turns it over in the front court on the far side of the floor.
Blue Kane got his hand in there. Boy, that guy's just hustling all the time. He got his hand on the pass, deflected it off them. It's Georgia ball.
Dogs will gladly take it in the backcourt. Asa comes back in. He'll inbound it to Demery. 64-48. Is there some daylight at the end of the tunnel? Demery with the drive, and the shot may have been altered by their big Braden Huff. It never got up over the rim, and it's taken away by Gonzaga. And Battle will drain a baseline two from the left side. He fakes the three, steps inside for a long two, and knocks it home. 21 points for Caleb Battle. He's been a scoring machine here for Gonzaga. 66-48.
Silas just lost the ball out of bounds. He was dribbling it, and it just lost control of it. Rolled right out of bounds, right in front of us.
Right at your feet, as a matter of fact. And that'll take us into the timeout. The Dogs' turnover. We made a little bit of a surge, but Gonzaga is going to get the ball back, and they still lead comfortably by 18 points. It's 66-48. Gonzaga in front with 11:42 to go. We'll come back to Wichita and more NCAA tournament action after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
After investing billions to light up our network, T-Mobile is America's largest 5G network. Plus, right now, you can switch, keep your phone, and we'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/across America.
Up to 4 lines via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90+ days with device and eligible carrier, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
I'm Coach Mike White, and you're listening to the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. You know what it takes to win in this game? Stepping up in big moments. That's why I drive a Ford F-150. With the ideal combination of power, capability, and smart tech, F-150 is my go-to vehicle when I need to get a project done. Talk about championship caliber. Check out the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs at buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. Your team is covered anywhere you go. And you can get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025.
Well, they've got, really impressive. Of their 25 baskets, they've got 17 assists.
Well, they lead the country in that department, thanks mainly to Ryan Nimhard, who individually leads the nation in assists. So you would think if you have that guy on your team, your squad is going to lead the nation in assists, or at least close to it.
Well, I was in hopes we could hold our turnovers to like 12 for the game. And we are at 12 now with 11 and a half to play. So,
well, let's see if we can hold it there for the last bit of time here in the ball game.
Might help us make a run.
66-48. Jump shot for three. Good by that guy again.
Of course it is.
Nolan Hickman. That's his first points of the second half, but it's a three, his fifth of the game. He's got 18 in this contest, and it's 69-48. Godfrey, one dribble along the three-point line, hands it to Blue. He'll take a stretch three. That's no good. Short off the rim. And the rebound taken by Braden Huff, the 6'10 redshirt sophomore for Gonzaga. He's got the ball on the right end of the floor. One-handed pass into the corner. Touch pass up the wing to Battle. He penetrates, drops it off on the block to Ben Gregg, and he's fouled trying to lay it up. Free throws coming for Gonzaga. Clock stops with 10:54 to go. Fouls on Godfrey. That's two on RJ. Godfrey has stayed out of foul trouble today for the most part. Came into the tournament, Chuck, with 20 fouls in his last 5 games, only able to average 14 and a half minutes of floor time.
Well, and we needed RJ on the floor today because he's the one guy on our team that's really got NCAA experience.
Yeah, Clemson went to the Elite Eight last year, eliminated in the first round today by McNeese State.
How about that, huh? Well, their head coach, I know a lot of SEC fans are familiar with.
Well, the ACC is about to get familiar with him. Free throws by Gregg are good. Made them both. And it's 71-48. Dogs ball. Demery on a dribble, high on the right wing. Kane trying to come back to the ball, and he does. He'll take the pass on the circle, guarded by Battle. Skip it to Godfrey along the three on the right wing. One dribble, cross court into the corner. Demery, a catch and shoot three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound, tipped twice, 3 times by Blue Kane, 4 times. Still fighting for it. And out of bounds over the Georgia bench. Whose ball?
I don't know. Blue was hustling.
It's going to be Georgia basketball. Gonzaga apparently,
Tip of the hat to Blue Kane.
Kane just kept jumping. Got a hand on it 3 or 4 times. And then finally out of bounds on Gonzaga. Dogs ball. We'll inbound it in front of our bench. 20 on the shot clock. Demery feeds it into Kane.
That's what I love about both Silas and Blue.
Kane catches it beyond the arc. Going to drive inside. Baseline fadeaway. He got fouled. Knocked down on the shot. Free throws are coming as his shot bounces off the rim. He was pushed to the floor. Battle commits the foul. That's his third. The next one puts the Dogs in the bonus here in the second half with 10:15 to go. 2 free throws coming for Blue Kane. He's huffing and puffing as he walks back to the line. Deep breath now. Kane with 8 points in the contest, all in this half. And that free throw a little too deep off the back of the rim. No good. His first miss of the game. Tyron Lawrence checks into the game. Deshane Montgomery, who was in for a couple of minutes, checks out. Free throw rolls off the rim, no good. Blue missed them both. A rare sight indeed for the 85%er. 71-48. Gonzaga in front, and they've got the ball. Huff bounces it on the wing to Hickman. He one-hands it back to Gregg. They're big between the circles. Now into the post. Huff trying to back down Asa Newell. He extends one arm, baseline spin, and he banks it home with the other. Huff with 14. Dogs sprint into the front court. Down a bunch, 73-48. Silas Demery knocked to the floor. Ball went bouncing out of bounds. A foul whistled on Emmanuel Innocenti.
And that was
for Gonzaga.
That's a 7th on them.
1-1 is what Silas Demery will be shooting now. Ben Gregg at 6'10" leaves the game for Gonzaga. And they get Michael Ajayi at 6'7" back in. Transfer from Pepperdine, a guard from Kent, Washington. Silas is ready. Got a 1-1. See how it does on the front end here. Demery with 7 points in the first half. He has a 3-pointer here in the second for a total of 10. Looking for more at the free throw line, and the free throw is good. (73-49). Zags in front, as they have been the entire contest.
Yeah, by the way, they did pass 70, which is where I wanted to hold them shy of.
Free throw good. Demery hits them both, and Montgomery back in. DeShane had not played in the last 6 games. Former Rookie of the Year in the MAC at Mount St. Mary's last season in his freshman year of college basketball. Getting a little taste of the NCAA tournament here for the Bulldogs
and
now.
By the way, despite the fact that he hadn't been in the games, Coach White has mentioned several times about how great he's been at practice and how hard he's worked.
Dogs switch to a 1-3-1, Chuck, and Caliph Battle just shoots right over it with a 3 from the left corner. 24 points for Battle. He's lighting it up today. 76-50. Montgomery with the drive, windmill scoop, good, up off the glass from the left side of the rim. DeShane with his first points in what seems like forever. First points in this ball game, certainly, and as we said, he hadn't played the previous 6 games. Huff floats it up and in from the right block going towards the basket. He one-hands it and rattles it home. He's got 16. So they've got 4 guys in double figures. And they continue to pound the Dogs here. Alley-oop to Asa for a dunk. And the assist from Godfrey. Nice job by the Bulldogs there. That's 18 in the game now for Asa. 78-54. Gonzaga leads. They're trying to get to a date with Houston on Saturday, the number 1 seed. Georgia's still got a lot of road work to do if they're to get to that spot. Innocenti scoops it to the elbow. Ajayi, one dribble into the paint. Jumper with right hand, won't go off the left side of the rim. Rebound to Lawrence for the Dogs. Tyron brings it up. He'll shoot a 3. Too deep. High rebound off the heel. And the rebound touched out of bounds by Battle as he slaps the basket support. It'll be Georgia basketball.
You know, Asa does such a good job on offensive rebounds that even when he doesn't get them, he forces the other team to try so awkwardly to prevent him from getting it that they'll do things like that and tip it out of bounds.
Lawrence to throw it in. He's eyeing blue. Now he just throws it in to beat the 5 count, and Kane one-hands it. Now he turns, faces up, bounces it to Somto. Somto drives, leans in, and banks it home off the square. It always looks like, Chuck, he wants to go in for a 2-handed dunk.
Well, that's what. But
and then he had to alter the shot.
Yeah, there was somebody there, but you know he did it perfectly.
He banked it in right off the square. He's got 6 points in the game. It's 78-56. Huff wide open in the paint. Ooh, can't leave that guy open. That open anyway. That was an easy shot for Huff. And he's happy with himself as he comes back down the floor. I'm not sure what that gesture was that he did. Montgomery straight on 3 by the Dogs. Won't go. Rebound. Somto and a dunk as he rips the rim. Shakes the basket. Shot clock rocking and rolling. 80-58. Somto now with 8 points. But the lead is still 22 points for Gonzaga. We need some stops, but they have been few and far between. Well, there's one now. They miss a three, and a Chinty shorts it from the left wing. Rebound to Kane. Dogs ball in the front court. Lawrence has it knocked away, chases down the rolling ball before it goes out of bounds. And saves the possession. Now Asa with a dribble and a drive down the left lane line and a reach-in foul on Braden Huff. He's not posing now as he goes back to the bench after committing the foul. That'll stop the clock with 6:40 to go in the game. 80-58. Gonzaga leads by 22. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. And no matter what tasty choice you make, our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, you get over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump and points. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
At Piedmont, quality care changes lives. Meet Brad, a healthy former Marine who unexpectedly suffered 5 heart attacks and then heart failure. He credits Piedmont with saving his life.
The teamwork it took to provide me a path forward through a surprise heart failure and almost 5 months of intensive care in 3 different Piedmont hospitals is difficult for me to even imagine, but you guys nailed it. How do you thank someone for the gift of life?
Hear more at piedmont.org/qualitycare. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get $1,750 in bonus lease cash on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Offer entitled $1,750 bonus lease cash on the lease of a new and untitled 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 gas vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana Energy says, go Dogs. The Scana Energy threes have been few and far between for the Dogs. Unfortunately today, just 4 for 24. Gonzaga's been, well, they got a wheelbarrow load of them. 12 of 17 on their 3-point shots. Hickman's got 5 of those. Battle's got 4. And they've done the majority of the work there. 80-58 is their score, as Gonzaga has led since the opening tip. They scored the first 13 of the game and 27 of the first 30 points.
It is amazing that they've shot 60% from the floor, and you're pretty impressed by that till you look down and see what they shot from threes. They were doing you a favor shooting twos. They shot 70.8% from behind the arc, 12 for 17.
Yeah, Georgia has not been able to defend Gonzaga well at all today. They shot almost 59% in the first half. They're better than that in the second. 62% in the second. 60% for the game. And that's well above what Georgia normally allows. The Bulldogs were 4th in the SEC in field goal percentage defense. And that's been one of their trademarks all season long. Their defensive play. Asa Newell misses a foul shot. And Gonzaga will rebound the basketball. 80-58. Zags lead it by 20 with 6:25 remaining in the game. Graham Ike puts it on the floor through the lane. Sweeping left-handed hook shot off the iron. And a foul on Georgia. That was on Somto. 3 on Surreal. And free throws coming for the 6'9", 250-pound Graham Ike, transfer from Wyoming. 79% free throw shooter. He's a left-hander, and he'll miss the first one as it jumps off the rim. No good. 10 points in the game for Ike today. This is his first trip to the line. He's got one more shot. Second foul shot is good. 11 now for Ike. 81-58. You know, Gonzaga came into this game, Chuck, averaging 43 points in the paint, the most in Division I. Georgia's outscored them in the paint. They've decided to live on the perimeter where they've just been bombing away with the three-point.
Yeah, like I tell you, when they shot inside, they were doing you a favor. When you're shooting 70% from behind the arc, you're...
Hickman lobs it across the lane to Ike. Pass stolen by Georgia. High lob by Lawrence is intercepted on the other end by Nimhard. Now go back down the other end of the floor, down to our right. Both teams complaining to the officials about stuff that wasn't called. They were complaining on one end and we were complaining on the other. There's a straight-on jumper by Ajayi. Rips the net.
And they want to look at something.
And the ball's under the shot clock behind the backboard, hung up on some of that, the structure. The ball's just, they're going to have to poke it down with the handle of the mop.
And they're going to take a look at something on the monitor. We have not seen a lot of that. Not in the first game or in this one.
Do you think their monitors are working today? Because ours are not. I mean, Adams had to tape and paperclip our broadcast together because there was a massive, apparently, internet outage. In not just in this building, but around in the city of Wichita.
Really?
That knocked out service to a lot of the areas in several blocks here.
That's scary because just what you saw here is a great example of how tied we all are to the internet, and the successful operation of it.
I say you bring back the old hardwired telephone lines. How about that? The officials go to the monitor. I guess they were able to get a picture and look at it. 83-58 is what the scoreboard says. And I'm not exactly sure what they were reviewing. Were they reviewing a three-point shot or something more than that?
No, I think it was something more than that.
Was there a foul on the play? There may have been a foul. I saw Somto walking back to the huddle, grabbing his throat. Did he get hit up high?
After review, the play has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul for excessive contact above the neck. 2 shots for
there you go, around Somto's neck. So flagrant foul.
Somto's still holding his throat.
And he's going to shoot free throws.
He's going to get 2 shots, and Georgia will get the ball. So a flagrant 1 on Gonzaga. And Somto with 8 points in the game. First trip to the line. 47% free throw shooter this season. Free throw number 1. He knocks it down all net. Somto went just 1 for 4 in the SEC tournament against Oklahoma, but it's his first here in the NCAA tournament.
Somebody has moved him off the free throw line and back.
Look at that. Drained them both. Yeah, he's about 10 inches behind the free throw line.
Yeah, or a foot. And that is highly unusual. That's not the way I've seen him shoot in the past. But
83-60.
If it worked.
Dogs down 23. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. And Georgia will inbound and bring it up uncontested into the front court. Montgomery has the ball now on the logo for Georgia. Gives it back to Demery. He swings it right to left and works on the far side of the floor. Lob it into the corner now to Newell. Ajayi's guarding him. He's trying to back him down one-on-one. Gets an edge and a step. Jumper in the lane is short off the front of their rim with the left hand, and the rebound taken by Gonzaga. Asa did everything he could but finished that play. Less than 5 minutes to go. It's a 23-point lead. Georgia hasn't been able to make much of a dent in the Gonzaga lead, thanks in part to 60% shooting in the second half by the Zags. Ike leans in over Somto, has hands raised to the roof, but he banked it home anyway. Ike now with 13. (85-60). Gonzaga in front by 25. Montgomery, 18'2", left of the circles, hit the back of the rim, and the rebound taken by Gonzaga. So the Zags showing no sign of letting up here down the stretch. 4:10 to play. Try to beat the Dogs for the 4th time in their series history. 4 out of 6. And a foul on the Dogs. They called that on Santo, I believe, and that'll get.
And I was going to say, and barring some kind of outage on the scoreboard, it looks like they're going to put this one away.
Yeah, thankfully, the one overhead is still working. And the ones in the arena, just on the press row, the monitors are all out. Dogs get a deflection there, but
even when we
it bounces right to Ike.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's in the right place at the right time, wasn't he? Ajayi in the lane, coming across left to right. Missed the turnaround jumper from 10 feet. Rebound, Asa Newell. Up ahead to Silas for a 3. Line drives it off the rim. Won't go. Rebound goes to Gonzaga. Dusty Stromer saved it over the end line. 25-point Gonzaga lead. They're going to advance to the next round and face the number 1 seed Houston Cougars on Saturday. That could be an interesting matchup. There's a steal by Georgia. Kane with a takeaway on the run. Bounces it through traffic to Asa. Strides to the basket, tries to lay it in. He's fouled. Big Lucas Santos with the call. He's as big as most of the players out there. Making the call. They got the foul. Oh, is that on Ike, I believe? That's 4 on Graham Ike. And we've got a timeout with 3:22 to play. So both teams go to their bench, and they'll have a discussion, and we will have a discussion during the timeout. 3:22 to go. 85-60, Gonzaga leads Georgia on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is the 2025 NCAA Tournament on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Game day traditions start with a cup of community coffee. Proud coffee partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Family owned since 1919, Community Coffee has spent 5 generations roasting great tasting blends right here in the USA. They're just as dedicated to making a difference in the community with programs that support teachers, military service members, disaster relief, and first responders. Try Community Coffee or find it near you at communitycoffee.com.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for Athens, the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now Card. Confidently show your dog pride and get your card today. Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Gonzaga's led for the entire game. They scored the first 13 points of the game, led 27-3 eventually, had a 25-point lead in the first half, led 48-27 at the half. They've outscored the Dogs by 4 here in the second half and hold a 25-point lead, 85-60 at the moment.
And if I thought that there was going to be a mismatch in any area, it was turnovers. And yet, we've had 13, they've had 11. So we've held that statistic.
Yeah, the difference
close,
there, Chuck,
you know?
is, as you know, 25 points off turnovers for Gonzaga, only 5 for Georgia.
For Georgia, and that's because they've gotten those live ball that they took real big advantage of early on.
Asa Newell at the line, 2 shots for the Georgia freshman. Now he's got 19 points as he hits the first one. He's 2 rebounds away from his 8th double-double of the year in his second straight. He had one in the SEC tournament game against Oklahoma. 21 points and a massive 17 rebounds. Second free throw is good, all net. Asa knocks down a pair, and he's got 20 tonight.
You know what? Of the 25 points they've had off turnovers, they had 17 of them with 3 minutes still to play in the first half.
85-62 here with 3:07 to go. Gonzaga basketball. Ajayi fakes right, drives left. Dylan James recovers in the lane. Hands the ball off to their 7-footer, Diani. And then we reach in and tie it up. But Gonzaga has the possession arrow, so they'll keep the basketball, 7 on the shot clock. Nolan Hickman, who's been hot today, shooting threes from all over the floor, throws it in to Stromer, stumbles at half court, got 4 seconds to shoot. He dribbles and drives, puts it up with the right hand going to his left, no good. Offensive rebound to Ajayi, put back off the iron, and a foul on the Dogs. They call the foul on Asa. 2 shots for Ajayi. Was it on Dylan or Asa? It was on one of them.
I thought it was on Dylan, but it may have been on Asa. I couldn't tell.
Ajayi free throw is good by the right-hander. That's his first point of the game, I believe. We're working off paper stats intermittently.
Well, whatever, they both have 2 now.
And Ajayi hits a pair of foul shots. 87-62. Correction for Ajayi. He has 4 points in the game. There's a fadeaway 2 above the free throw line by Silas. It dies on the heel of the rim and rolls off to the right. Rebounded by Gonzaga. He'll come down and launch a Stromer 3, and he'll miss it on the left wing. Rebound tapped out by the Dogs. Here's Kane now on the move. Drive towards the basket. Lets it float, and Stromer swats it out of bounds right of the backboard into the cheerleaders and band. And now Mark Few going to substitute with 2:25 to go. He's going to go deep into the bench. He's getting his son into the ball game. Little Joe Few, a 6-foot redshirt junior. And also Jun Suk-yo from Korea is into the game. Dogs basketball. Silas from the corner inbounds it up the wing on the far side of the floor to Dylan James. They push him there.
Yeah, put both hands on him immediately, which is wasn't much need in it, but
foul on Suk-yo, the 6'8 junior forward from South Korea, just got into the game and got a mark in the scores book. He fouled Dylan James and put him on the line. Free throw by James is off the back of the rim, no good. Dylan has not scored in the contest today. Dogs trail by 25, 87-62, and only 2:23 to go. Second free throw is good. That's his first point of the game. So now Dylan has scored in an NCAA tournament game. But this one not going Georgia's way. 2:14 to play. Clock moving. Gonzaga ball. Yo with a shot fake. Drives to the elbow. Has it knocked out of his hands, but a foul on Dylan. Apparently when he knocked the ball loose, he got contact with the hand and commits the foul. That's 3 on Dylan James, the sophomore from Winter Haven, Florida.
Only our team 4th.
So Gonzaga will inbound with Joe Few.
Gonzaga's got 10 fouls. I mean, the fouls have been lopsided for us.
Throw it into the 7-footer. Diani, the freshman, has it knocked out of his hands, but it's saved by Yo, and he taps it over to Stromer. Stromer dribbles head of the key, goes to his left, stolen by Kane. Kane will beat the defense back and lay it up on the left end of the floor. Blue in double figures with 10 points. He's now scored in double figures in 8 of the last 9 games. Less than 100 seconds to go. 87-65. Gonzaga's going to move on to the next round. Inachinte, floater in the paint with a right hand off the back of the rim. Rebound, Blue King. Silas Dimry has the ball now, behind the back dribble, down the left lane line, curls under the basket, still with the dribble. He's into a double team. He skips it to Asa, pump fake, Newell jump hook with the left hand, rattled out. That basket just spit it right out.
You know, if that'd been their shot, the basket would have gone.
Yeah, especially if it had been a three. Yes, that was yummy.
Wow.
Yo with a fadeaway two, won't go. 7-footer gets an offensive rebound and hooks it back up and in from the left side of the rim. Ismaila Diani with his first basket of the game, and now Georgia's going to substitute with 55 seconds. Jaden Newell will come in, and a chance to play a few seconds with his brother in an NCAA tournament game. And a timeout will be taken as well. So we'll take the timeout. 55 seconds to go. Gonzaga 89, Georgia 65. We're back to Wichita, Kansas right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/Go Dogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
This is one of my favorite spots, Kevin. Let's go play some Keno.
I found the Pirates Cove. It's time to start digging for me treasure.
No, this is a club called the Pirates Cove. But you can win money playing Keno here.
Yar.
You just pick 10 numbers, then Keno picks 20. The more you match, the more you win.
You'd make a great pirate, Goat.
Grab your treasure. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
At Piedmont, quality care changes lives. Meet Amarius, a former UGA football player and current NFL athlete who suffered a serious injury. Piedmont got him back in the game.
When I got injured, I was worried about my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive.
Hear more at piedmont.org/qualitycare. Piedmont, real change lives here.
All right, back with you for the finish here of this NCAA tournament game. 89-65. Gonzaga's led the whole way through, and they started off in a flurry, and Georgia was just kind of buried early on here today, Chuck.
Yeah, we never came out of the blocks. You know, we hit the first media timeout, I think, without scoring. I believe we were scoreless.
Yeah, it was 13-0.
Going into the so I mean that was kind of where it all got started. And we lost confidence. We lost our confidence and our swagger. And we didn't have I've seen this team shoot enough over the course of these past 5 months that you can tell when they've got confidence in what they're doing, and they didn't. But after they were down 13-0, it was like that confidence wasn't there, and we were never able to put together a significant run to make it tough on Gonzaga and make it easier on us.
Dogs will inbound it. 53 seconds to play. Dimry instructs Lawrence to go in the corner. Brandon Klatsky's on the floor as well, a redshirt sophomore guard for the Dogs. There's a straight-on three by Silas. That's good. Dimry now with 15 points, his second three of the game. 89-68. Gonzaga basketball. Yo, a catch-and-shoot three from the left slot. South Korean misses. Rebound out on the wing to Inocenti, so they get to continue the possession. 25 seconds to play here. Gonzaga going to advance. Georgia will be eliminated here in the first round. Inocenti with the ball high on the wing. 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot, 14 to play. Inocenti puts it up off the rim. Rebound saved by Gonzaga. They got another hustling offensive rebound by Joe Few, the son of the head coach. They'll dribble out the clock, and Gonzaga will defeat Georgia 89-68. That's our final.
Well, you hate to see it end this way for Georgia, but, look, we got here. That was the goal coming into the season. So we made it here, and now we just, we got to take that next step.
The two Newell brothers are hugging at the middle of the floor. Asa, his 1 year at Georgia, and he'll be off for the NBA draft. And Jaden Newell, they got to play the last minute of the game. That's a nice moment for those two gentlemen as Gonzaga advances and Georgia is eliminated and has to wait at least another year before winning a tournament game in the NCAA. Still haven't won one since 2002. It's been a while. All right, so the Dogs fall here in the opening round, 89-68. Gonzaga advances. We'll get into the Regions Locker Room Report coming up next. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. And no matter what tasty choice you make, our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, you get over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump and points. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
It's better over here. After investing billions to light up our network, T-Mobile is America's largest 5G network. Plus, right now, you can switch, keep your phone, and we'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/across America.
Up to 4 lines via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90-plus days with device and eligible carrier and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by Progressive. Your small business keeps you on the go. Progressive Commercial Insurance keeps your policy within reach with our easy-to-use mobile app. Learn more at progressivecommercial.com. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. If you're like me, you're tired of high prices, high fees, and paying more for less. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been saving people money for 90 years. Whether it's better rates on an auto loan or fewer fees on a checking account, your money goes further at Georgia's Own. Best of all, they're local and continue to support the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org today. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCAA.
This is one of my favorite spots, Kevin. Let's go play some Keno.
I found the Pirates Cove. It's time to start digging for me treasure.
No, this is a club called the Pirates Cove. But you can win money playing Keno here.
Yar.
You just pick 10 numbers, then Keno picks 20. The more you match, the more you win.
You'd make a great pirate, Goat.
Grab your treasure. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Back here in the NCAA Tournament Regions Locker Room Report, get your Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. And the combatants for the next game onto the floor now. Missouri out of the SEC, and another set of Bulldogs, Drake, on the floor as they begin their warm-ups for the next game here in Wichita. As Georgia fell to Gonzaga today, 89-68, and sadly the drought continues in the NCAA tournament for Georgia. And Chuck, the Bulldogs, in their first NCAA tournament appearance, went to the Final Four in their first appearance back in 1983. Since then, Georgia basketball has managed just 4 tournament wins in the last 42 years, and it didn't happen for us today.
No, it didn't. And listen, tip of the hat to Gonzaga. I mean, this is a team that, this is their time of the year every year, it seems. Coach Few's done a great job with this program. They, I've forgotten how many consecutive now, I think at least double-digit 10, I think with this one. They had 9 consecutive first round. Is that correct? 9.
Well, they've been to the Sweet 16 9 straight times.
9 straight times to the Sweet 16. They'd had a number of first-round victories. I know that. So they know what they're doing when they get to this time of year.
2008 was the last time they lost a first-round game in the tournament.
Wow.
So since then, they always advanced at least through the first round.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, they lost to Davidson, and a guy named Steph Curry was the last time they lost a first-round game.
I've heard of him.
It was early and often for Gonzaga today. I mean, they just exploded on Georgia, scored the first 13 points of the game, had a 13-0 lead at the first time out, and then scored the first 27 of the first 30 points in the game. They had a 27-3 lead on Georgia, and they kind of kept it in that area. Their large lead of the game came in the second half when they led by 26. The scoring was even in the second half. Both teams scored 41, but Gonzaga had a large 21-point lead at the break, 48-27, and could basically just kind of do what they wanted in the final 20 minutes because Georgia was never able to make that push, get enough defensive stops, and put a dent in that deficit.
And just when you thought we would, I mean, we'd come down the floor and hit a three, and you think, okay, here we go. But then they'd come right back down the floor, and they'd either hit a three, or they'd get a two and a foul and a free throw. And so it was like, oh my goodness, we're trading. We can't afford to trade baskets with them. We can't afford to trade point for point. We've got to have a run, and we just couldn't get that run. And we did have that one in about the middle of the first half that got it to 14, but we couldn't get it past that. I kept thinking if we got it in single digits, maybe before halftime, then you could, let's see how they play then with us breathing down their necks. But that opportunity never presented itself for Georgia.
Yeah, the three ball certainly not the Dogs' friend today. Just 5 for 26 in the contest. Tyron Lawrence 0 for 2. Deshane Montgomery 0 for 1. Dakota LeFew 1 for 7. Asa was 0 for 2. James was 0 for 2. Godfrey 0 for 1. Demery 2 for 6. Blue Kane 2 for 5. So it just wasn't falling for us. And then on the other side, I mean, it was almost like they couldn't miss. Yeah. I mean, they ended up 12 for 20 on three-point shots. They shot 60% from distance.
I'm not altogether certain they didn't miss more from inside the arc than they did from outside. I felt like they were doing us a favor when they took a two.
Well, they were 21, let's see, do some quick math, 21 of 40 on two-point shots. So they missed 19 twos and they missed 8 threes.
Well, there you go.
Gonzaga wins it today, 89-68. So they move on to the next round here in Wichita, and they'll face the top-seeded Houston Cougars on Saturday afternoon in what could be one of the better early tournament matchups that you may see in the first weekend.
We saw Houston, and now having seen, yes, I think that will be must-see TV.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Locker Room Report. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. I'm told we will get a couple of minutes, I think, with Coach Mike White coming up here before we leave the air. So we'll hear from the head coach in just a few minutes, and we'll continue with our post-game report. 89-68, the final. Gonzaga defeats Georgia here this afternoon in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And we'll take a timeout. We'll come back for more right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.